What's your definition of bullying?
When somebody take advantage of somebody.
Okay. What is your opinion on bullying?
On who?
On bullying?
Oh, bullying.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong. I've never really approved of it. I don't respect anyone who tries to make themselves feel better by making anyone else feel less.
Right. Okay.
Certainly something that is a major, major concern in our society today.
Okay, next question. Have you ever witnessed someone being bullied?
As a principal, as a student, as a person, I'm sure you have.
Just
I think
in a
in
general
general,
type thing.
in general, I have. I remember being a kid, especially people bullying older kids, bullying younger kids, and picking on us or whatever. Even to the point where I recall getting in a fight over one. Right. I don't think that we had the whole wherewithal and knowledge base of the impacts of bullying that we do now. Where then it was just kids being kids. It's part of growing up.
Right.
You'll figure it out and deal with it. It's certainly to a much higher level where it's causing school anxiety, some mental illness. So it certainly, has had a different impact than it did on us growing up. And a lot of people in my generation would go like, "Oh, that's just kids being kids. You got to get through it."
Right.
And to some level, it's true, but we didn't have social media bullying. We didn't have that kind of access to people, so that it was so rampant in the course of a day. So it's at a much higher level now.
Okay. My last question would be, have you ever been bullied? And how did you respond to it?
I don't know that I ever thought that I was bullied. I do remember a fact where I was tiny for a long period of time. So, so as a seventh grader, especially, I was one of the smallest people in class until I didn't have a growth spurt until about ninth grade. But in seventh grade, I was tiny, so I always felt like I was kind of nudged or picked on or looked over
Right.
for different things because of my height. But I don't know that I would ever I know that I never thought of it as bullying, and even with our new definition, I didn't think of it as bullying. I do know that I always felt that people looked out for me because I was smaller.
Right.
And almost to a sense that they were bullying me, meaning they'd be like, "Oh, he's so little, he can't." I'm like, I can do that. So I almost felt like it was the opposite of bullying. So I don't know that I've ever been bullied, or I think part of it is my upbringing prepared me better to be able to handle it and manage it. And so my confidence was rarely shooken by someone picking or saying something negative. My height didn't bother me at that time, or my size didn't bother me at that time, because I'm just as athletic, or I can do the things that you can do too.
Right.
So I just think that those things allowed me not to see it as bullying.
Okay. Well, thank you. This was a nice interview.
Well, thank you. You're welcome.
So that was my end of my documentary about bullying.